Chapter 8, Procedures. Rules and procedures are different. A rule is something that has consequences if it's broken. A procedure is just something that we do every day. Here are some of my procedures. Procedure 1. Students must come equipped to class. Book, calc, notes, pen, pencil, etc. If they don't have those things, they need to either borrow from a student, or if they borrow from me, they need to trade me a school ID or something they'll be sure to trade me back for, like a shoe, watch, ID, etc. If a student is habitually missing an item, then I'll ask to speak to them after class to explain my expectations. If that doesn't solve the problem, then a parent phone call may help. Procedure 2. If they need to leave the room during class, they sign out. This way you have a record of who left and when. This is very important if you're having vandalism issues. This is also nice because it provides a slight bottleneck to who is going out and when. So when another student asks if they can go to the bathroom too, you can say, well, when the other person gets back in. Since it is important for students to stay in the classroom, it is okay to provide a slight negative incentive to wanting to discourage needless bathroom visits. While they sign out, I usually get a little lax about having them sign back in. As the year goes on, you may decide to relax the sign-out rules at your discretion. Procedure 3. Late arrivals sign in when they enter the room. If a student is late coming into my room, they just sign the late sheet, which is next to my sign-in sheet, on the wall. Even if they have a good reason for why they're late, I don't want to talk to them right then and there in front of the entire room. I tell them to please talk to me after class if they like, and we can certainly work something out. Now, that's unless, of course, they have a pass in hand. If they have a pass in hand, then they don't have to sign the sheet. But do know that 3 lates, unexcused, is a lunch detention with me. Procedure 4. Before class activities. Get your pencil sharpened, calcs out, and homework ready before I start class. The procedure is that teaching begins when the class begins. Not me having to wait 5 minutes while pencils are being sharpened, homework brought out, people finding their seats, and the like. Procedure 5. Have a daily 3-minute quiz at the beginning of each class. This gets the kids sat down and on task right away. This also gives me time to check homework if I'm just walking through and checking for completion. About the quizzes, I alternate between taking a grade on the quiz, or giving out Jolly Rancher rewards for right answers, or doing what I call call-outs. This is where I have the kids call out the answer they think it is as I go for each question on the quiz. It's fun because they get the chance to shout out an answer, and they get to also hear who agrees with them and who doesn't. A lot of teachers struggle getting the class settled down at the beginning. Let the quiz do the hard work for you. Procedure 6. The always popular, the seating chart. I make a seating chart and it is followed. The exceptions are if a student cannot see the board or if there is a serious conflict between 2 students. I do change the seating chart once a quarter, so it gives me a chance to make any seating changes that I feel are needed. Know that as the year goes on, student needs may change, and they may need to sit next to somebody who can help them, or more often, they need to sit away from somebody who they're talking to too much to. Understand that if you allow students to choose where they sit, they will talk more and you will spend more time on behavior issues than before. Know that I allowed students to pick their seats once in my first year and once in my 7th year. The results were the same. Way more trouble than before I had allowed it. However, if class is getting out of control, you can fix it, but sooner the better.